Still talking education. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, classroom teachers have been forced to change deliveries and sit up to adjust to the new normal. And that is why the appeal to embrace digital learning will continue to make headlines. The Lagos State Commissioner for Education, Folashade Adefisayo, who was a guest at an e-learning conference in Lagos on Friday, believes that the pandemic has opened a new frontier of learning and ed techs, that's education technologists like Gradely, would bridge the gap amidst COVID-19. Victor Mbadike has more.
The COVID-19 has resulted in schools shut all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of the classroom. As a result, education has changed dramatically, with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. But the need to change the narrative to save the nation's fragile education sector has become sacrosanct. At this stakeholders meeting, Boye Oshinaga, an EdTech expert, believes that the paradigm shift currently experienced in the education sector was a ticking time bomb waiting to happen.
Extend that teacher that is very good, right? And give him all of the data about his students in class or outside class, wherever they may be, because it's blended learning. And then because he has that insight about his children and he has the resources to be able to give to his children, what then happens is that the students are then empowered to do a lot more. They can master topics that they are struggling with, and they can essentially have an engaging learning experience, right? And that's something that would not be able to happen in a manual setting where you have to deliver lectures in a 40-minute period, give paper assignments, and then come back, mark them after 2 weeks and return them. But what's happening in Gradely is you have it real time. You're having real-time feedback, right? The student takes the homework now, and he sees his results now.
Speaking virtually during the stakeholders meeting, the state's Commissioner for Education says e-learning remains the future.
It is indeed in line with the education and technology agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, which of course is part of the overall things agenda, where the first E is talking about the integration of education and technology.
Excited participants admit here that the pandemic was rather a blessing.
Kids do not learn at the same pace. So we have a classroom full of kids and one teacher. Yes, I'm not saying that teachers do not know how to recognize those challenges and deal with kids. But you want to be able to hit the child to hit the ground, to get the best in terms of attention and learning and everything. And I've seen the difference in how my children learn and how excited they are to run to their Zoom class.
It finds your weaknesses, your strengths, what you're bad at, what you're good at, and makes you improve on it. But normal school, it's being taught on the average student in the class. The teacher doesn't really help one individually. So it's like averagely everyone is brought up in the same way, and not everybody likes the same things.
There are, however, challenges to overcome. Some students without reliable internet access and/or technology struggle to participate in digital learning might be disadvantaged. Hence, the appeal to authorities and relevant stakeholders to bridge that gap if e-learning will be a successful innovation in Nigeria. From Lagos, Victor Mbadike, Silverbird News 24.